Well, how would this work? Joining me now from Edinburgh is Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Crawford. Welcome to the programme. First of all, is it practical for the leader of such a large and important country to travel to the middle of a war zone?
Good afternoon, Tom. Not only do I think it's practical, I think it's absolutely the right thing to do. Desperate times call for courageous leadership. And I think that our Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, is doing exactly the right thing in visiting Ukraine to show his support and solidarity with the Ukrainian people. So much so, in fact, that discussing the matter earlier with the American media earlier today, I was suggesting that President Biden should follow his lead and also visit Ukraine.
Of course, some Eastern European premiers have made the trip to Kyiv by train. That was, however, last week when there was less bombardment of the city. I suppose the later it's being left, the more dangerous it becomes.
Well, yes, I think so. But on the other hand, time has come, I think, for the USA, the UK and NATO as a whole to stop being pushed around by Vladimir Putin. It's time to take the initiative to get inside his decision cycle and tell him what's going to happen, not ask for his permission to do it. So as for the Prime Minister's visit, and I understand exactly why his security officials will be going round the bend over this, I would suggest that he flies in with all fanfare, because it will be at the invitation of the Ukrainian president, and it's got nothing to do with Vladimir Putin, whether he goes or not.
A flight in would be very provocative in the eyes of Russia. I suppose it would almost be a show of strength, daring the Russians to shoot down the prime ministerial plane. In your view, is that what's needed when confronting a so-called strongman, albeit Putin's forces haven't shown themselves to be particularly strong with their logistical problems and the like? Is that sort of show of strength is what's needed to combat Russia?
I think you're absolutely right, Tom, and that's exactly what it is. It's it's time to confront the bully in the playground, and it has to be done sooner or later, and sooner is always better. And the one thing that I'm pretty sure of, and I'm sure most military analysts would agree, is that the last thing Putin wants is to engage in an all-out war, conventional war with NATO, because he and Russia will lose. There's no doubt about that. So I think we've got to start up the ante slightly, tell him what's going to happen, and put the ball into his court. I would extend the same view on getting humanitarian aid to Mariupol and other places like that. I think we just need to tell them what we're going to do.